than get cheated. But I'm not going to play a game to where I get cheated. See the X on there when there's literally nothing I could have done about it. I don't like getting that one in the first place. It's a cheating one to give a player when you don't control the whole team. So there's no way that you can do that. You can go on a 10-point run. It's not 1-on-5. It's basically 9-on-1. Because your teammates, if you turn difficulty up, are literally out to sabotage you. They do not help you at all. They don't play defense. They don't shoot when they're open. They do pretty much everything just to be able to sabotage you. Go back in here and see if they're cheesing me. If I get it again, it's fine, but I'm just going to play through it. Just going to accept the fact that I'm getting cheated this game.
How you feeling?
That was just plain cheating. Now you got to quit.
All right, baby. Let's get
if
down.
it says, oh, I just scored 3 points, and then it says, oh, go on a 10-point run as a team for your dynamic goal, and then my AI teammate automatically, right, literally 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds after that popped up, 3 seconds, my AI teammate fouls the other AI, so he shoots free throws. It's like, okay, why is that even in the game? That's nothing that you can do as an individual.
And great when you're facing the front of a back-to-back. How much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind.
So I lost to Wembanyama just lost a tip to Zach Collins. I've already been cheated already.
The coaches are
that would never happen.
Let's take a look at our
I've already
starters for
been
Portland.
cheated.
The guard pairs are Henderson and Sharp. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Danny
I already know this game's going to end. He's suspect. Yeah.
This is why Ball takes a good amount of threes, because he's very accurate and confident from there.
Outside, Avdia. Wembanyama, a screen.
I knew it, yeah. He's going to be getting cheated this whole game.
So for
That's
Chicago,
the
the
set
last
game.
game will win against San Antonio. Here's Duncan. Avdia with the rebound. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. Now he's in awe of Victor Wembanyama, just like everybody else. He said, I don't know that we can stop him.
Today. Maybe it's because of the new
slow him down.
Season
But they want to try and play a physical brand of basketball against him at both ends and see if that has any effect. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Now, here's Ball. After the miss from Jay, and it's White missing.
And I thought that was going to drive. It looked good from here.
Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
I know what he's setting in, but yeah, I'm completely getting cheated. I do from the tip.
With better decision making.
If Zach Collins beats Victor Wembanyama on a tip, you're getting cheated. 2K's cheating. Pretty much it's going to be the whole game.
Collins setting the pick for Ball. And the Bulls with another miss. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Avdia, the pass to Jay. And again, it's Portland with the 3.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him... open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Wow, I've been getting cheated pretty badly this whole game. This should have been a block. Just like Victor Wembanyama should have. Like as soon as you notice, as soon as I get to the ball, like just like I stop instead of going forward and like hitting the ball out like a block. Like what would happen in any other situation other than when you're getting cheated on 2K. But yeah, as soon as Victor Wembanyama lost that tip to Zach Collins, I knew this whole game.
Nice touch on that pass.
Cheesy.
Henderson for 3, and another 3 for Portland.
Guys, just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Now, here's Collins. 17 points in his last outing. Here's White. No good on the triple. Trailblazers leading by 4. Pass to Jay. The 3 ball. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Outside, White. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Duncan. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And I'm here to tell you, it's been a victory march for him. What a stretch. 23 straight wins and still counting.
The team is playing what I call nearly flawless basketball. They just can't lose one of the most memorable winning streaks in league history. Seeing the way these guys are balling right now makes me want to lace it up a little bit.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Jay's got 12 in the game.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Bulls trail by 10. Outside, Ball. To stop the run, he lays it in.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Now here's Henderson. This one for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Henderson's got his second bucket of the night.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Pass to Dosunmu. White against Sharp. Shoots from 12. And it's White missing.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Jay banked in off the glass. 14 points for him.
And shooting-wise,
I was standing in the paint all by myself, and I had to call for the ball like 4 or 5 times. Man, they're just totally cheating me this game.
fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Chicago's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Back to Ball. Ball, a screen on Avdia. It's White on the wing. No one near him. White with another miss.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And Jay gets the whistle that time. That lineup here for the Bulls. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Simons, the pass to Jay. Chalk up 2 there.
And this is something Simons continues to work on. Love seeing him look to involve his teammates.
On the floor for Portland, Henderson and Simons are their guards. Jay out there with Walker. And it's Williams at the center position. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens.
Sometimes it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, Jay in that last matchup against the Wizards was terrific. He had an impressive number of points, and as his team has come to expect, he was amazing. Major factor from deep. Those were ridiculous numbers he put up. See what he has in store for an encore. Can't wait to see. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Simpson, the pass to Joe. There's the pick. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Trailblazers.
Well, so far their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And I really liked how they moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists. And Henderson doesn't need any extra motivation to head straight for the rim.
Bulls trail by 12. Outside, White. It's a very good look and converts. White's got 6.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Henderson finds Williams. Here's Jay. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And that's now 20 points for Jay.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
White the pass to Collins. Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
It's good from long range.
And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Pass to Simpson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Simpson's got his second basket of the night. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Both teams will make substitutions. There's a screen. Here's Jay. Nailed from three-point land. Jay's got 26.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Ball, the pass to Dosunmu. Collins, a screen on Walker. The shot by Buzelis, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Wembanyama passes to Simons. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
1:14 left in the first half of the game. Pass to Dosunmu. Here's Buzelis. And it's Portland with the rebound. Wembanyama's got rebound number 5 here tonight. From past the arc, Jay misses.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that.
This game is so bad. Look at this, man. Wow. Like, you can be in perfect position on defense. Looks like it should have been almost out of bounds, but perfect position for defense, and they'll literally go through your body. Like, this guy goes through my body. Like, what is this? Wow.
Trailblazers leading by 19. Simons, the pass to Walker. Ball with the rebound.
And typically he has the
9-on-1
finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that.
Playing 9-on-1 ball out here.
Outside,
I can't believe how
White.
much I'm getting cheese and cheese.
Driving in. Good defense by Wembanyama.
Let's just say his subpar shooting is just one reason why they are trailing in this ballgame.
And he's good on the 3-ball. 32 points for Jay.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
White looking around. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. White's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And so it's Portland closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll return shortly.
Big swerving off topic for a moment. I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, man, it's a hot dog. Jeez, it's right there.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Trailblazers.
Seems like.
And that is it for halftime, folks.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
Buzelis out there with Collins. Then there's Lonzo Ball. Then it's Dosumu, and it's White in at the two-guard position. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. Here's Dosunmu. Back to Ball. Down low. It's tipped.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Jay, the pass to Sharp. It's stolen by White.
This game is such a joke. So he didn't even touch the ball and it came out. But when you're on defense, they'll put the whole ball through your body. Oh no, it looked like he maybe touched it with his finger.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Here's Jay. And again for 3.
I feel like since I put my ball handling stuff up, the orange stuff, it's been getting worse every time I call for a pass. Makes me got 3 turnovers just off calling for passes for myself. Straight up getting cheated. I knew it was going to be like this all game.
Trying to devote some of that energy to getting others involved.
As soon as Victor Wembanyama, the tallest player in the league, lost a tip to this guy, Zach Collins, which is a joke, I knew the whole game was going to be BS. It's just like 2K. It's kind of cheap yet. It's like they don't want you to play their game.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. On the wing, Dosumu. Pass to Buzelis. White left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 19-foot shot, and it's Portland with the rebound. Wembanyama's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Launches a three. Good, he hits again.
And he's now in a tie for 4th most games in NBA history with 40 or more.
He is creating a legacy that will be remembered for a long time to come.
Finally, a make. It only took 5 attempts in the half.
Here's Jay, and the Trailblazers another 3.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
White against Sharp. From outside the arc. And it's White missing.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Jay misses. Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Dosunmu. Avdia with the rebound. Avdia's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Jay. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so White will bring it up for Chicago. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Jay, the pass to Avdia. Here's Jay. Hits the three-point bomb. Jay's got 47 points.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be backing off a little bit.
The Bulls shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. Wembanyama against Collins. And there's the whistle. That goes on Denny of. Chicago's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. On the court for the Trailblazers. Anthony Simons out there with Jay. Then there's Jabari Walker. Then it's Williams. And it's Kamare in at the small forward. Here's Jay. And the layup's good off the glass. Jay's got 49 points in the game.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here's Simpson. Covered by Simons. Simpson, no good. Here's Walker over Terry. Rebound by the Bulls.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
Robinson, a screen on Simons. Here's Simpson. Pass to Robinson. Lays it up off the glass. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Here's Simons. And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up.
Phillips. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Walker's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. You know, Richard, so many stars have done it. Any thoughts on a player asking for a trade with multiple years remaining on their contract?
If you're unhappy in any marriage, you should always get out. That is my opinion. Teams do it all the time. They'll sign a player to 5 years and then trade him in 2. So if a player is unhappy after 3 years of a 5-year contract, it's okay for him. request a trade, but continue to show up to work. That is my only request from the players.
Watch outside.
Here's Buzelis.
Hey, who's watching?
Collins, a screen on Grant. Here's Buzelis. That one wide left. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
Not a fan of those kind.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Right wing takes the 3. Another bucket. Wow.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Outside, White. And the league clearly focused on making regular...
This is probably the worst I've been cheated on any of the 2K games I played so far. So he once again, the ball should have came out, should have been a steal. He put the ball through my body again. Both times that I've gotten scored on this game, they put the ball through my body like this. I'm playing perfect defense. They literally just cheated me. And this is on the lowest difficulty. This game is really bad. You're getting cheated nonstop. Like, literally on every possession, you're getting cheated. So I'm playing perfect defense. The ball should have came out right there. I should have hit it out. But it made my arm push back like there's a force field. Then he put the ball in my body again, through my body. Wow. I can't help but laugh anymore playing this game. I might need to find a new game to play, though. It's the only video game I play, but this game is horrible. You're just getting cheated, man. This is craziness, though. Every play, both times they scored on me, they cheated like this. So a ball through my body, contested it perfectly, made my arm go back again away from the ball like there's a force field. This game is horrible. Wow.
Games matter. You think more steps are coming?
This is one of the reasons I started broadcasting, so I can show other people like why I play on the difficulty I do. If you play on a higher difficulty, man, I feel for you because you're just getting cheated more on the same kind of stuff. This is on the lowest difficulty, and that stuff still happens.
Shouldering the offense,
Every possession
really taking it to the opposition.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it.
Well, I couldn't even move over. After that first screen, it made me go that way. Couldn't move. Man, there's some janky stuff happening in this game. I'm wondering if it's because the season's about to start or just how the game's going to be.
It's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And what a tremendous
and I see all these people talking about,
it
it's just the skill. It's not a skill issue, man. If you watch the replays, how is the ball going through your body when you're in perfect position? Or
credit the whole
getting some like
team. It was a
animation
focused,
and have anything to do
concerted
with
effort
skills.
to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game.
Most of the people that say that are the people that spend a bunch of money on like VC.
Yes, it is an illegal
VC and MT and stuff. Those are the
Beyond the
people that say that.
leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
It's
Look,
one of the
guys
reasons
get
I
away with this
broadcasting
all the time,
second
but on this occasion,
do these
he
replays
got
and show
caught.
people it has nothing to do with skill. You're just getting cheated, man. It's happening to everybody.
The 3, and the Trailblazers another 3.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
And it failed my
Portland
dynamic
takes
goal
this
when they
one, but by
didn't
a
even
big
shoot
margin.
any more
To come
mid-range
into an
shots.
opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight
Oh,
says,
wow.
I
So I
think,
had
Greg,
no
an awful
chance
lot
of
about
being
this
able
team.
to
I
accomplish
guess
that
they
dynamic
don't
goal.
need home cooking to feel
Because
at
they didn't.
home. I
How am I
mean,
supposed to
Kevin,
force
just
the
a
other team to shoot
masterful
mid-range
performance
shots?
all the way around.
Oh, man, this game's such a joke. Playing this on a higher level is just like mental torture because you're getting cheated on every play. You even getting cheated for the dynamic goals. Like that last time, that dynamic goal prevented them from shooting 3 mid-range shots, and then the other one go on a 10-point scoring run as a team. Both those are, I don't even understand why they put them in the game, because you can't control either of those. So it's just like, wow. They're that greedy for BC that they put all this stuff in here just to basically nerf your abilities on the game. It's just really bad. Yeah, I noticed as soon as I got my ball handling up to 60 and my speed with the ball, I started running out of bounds. Unless it was just that game, because I was getting cheated pretty much on every possession. Sure. This game is really tough to play, so. Especially if you watch the replays and stuff, like how badly they're cheating you. It's pretty crazy. So much more. Game. But yeah, but the thing that bugs me too is like more so than the ball going through your body and just getting straight cheated on every possession is these dynamic goals. So they're basically like saying screw you to the person that's playing their game because they're giving you goals that there's no chance for you as an individual player who only controls you, you're my player, can accomplish. Like, it's impossible. Even on the lowest level, it's impossible to accomplish these goals. Like, 2K would have to give them to you. Like, the mid-range shots. You can't force the other team to shoot mid-range shots. They didn't. They shot a mid-range shot, and then I stopped them one time, and then it said, or then you had to stop, or then they had to shoot 2 more. They didn't shoot any more the rest of the game, and it failed that dynamic goal. And then when you play when you get the one that says go on a 10-point run as a team, it doesn't matter what you do. You lock your player up that you're supposed to be guarding and score on any chance that you get. Your teammates will literally stop playing defense. If you watch the replays, they'll stop playing defense and let their player score just so that dynamic goal gets X'd. So you lose that little bit of extra VC that you could have gained. So the fact that those two are even in the game, it's kind of like a screw you to the player that's playing. Nice. This needs 75 more points. Shoot ace. Yeah, I've seen that one yet. It's really hard to have fun playing this game anymore, even on the lowest difficulty, because you're still getting cheated.
Look out there, MB. You let these guys like the bait, and you want to stand there and watch. You're about to go off.
leisurely way to spend a Saturday afternoon. Kick back and tune in to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson. Coach Stan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce round out our broadcast crew for this one. Looking now at some numbers for Malik Monk.
Over the last 10 games, he's been on an absolute tear, finding all kinds of ways to be a thorn in the opposition side, just working on offense and getting the looks he wants out there.
Now the opening lineup for the Portland Trailblazers. Scoot and Sharp for the backcourt set. Wembanyama out there with Avdia. And it's Jay in at the small forward position. And for the Kings, perimeter is filled up by Monk and DeRozan. Keegan Murray is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Ellis in at the point. Stan, as a coach, what's the best way to instill confidence in your players? Well,
Brian, I don't know that as a coach you can instill confidence in them, but what you can do is prepare them for every situation in the game so that they're not having to think about what they should do. They know and they're prepared to execute.
And out of bounds, Sacramento will have it. And let's honor a terrific player who has worked hard to earn this award, the Western Conference Player of the Month.
He's made himself the cornerstone of their offensive efforts recently, and he's providing for his squad in every regard on that end of the floor. Scoring, passing, picks, you name it, he's doing it.
Now here's Murray. DeRozan passes to Ellis. It's Monk on the wing. Valanciunas sets a screen. Clock at 6. Monk finds Valanciunas. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Valanciunas not afraid to get his close to the basket.
Avdia outside. Beyond the arc. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
He turns the offensive board into a big slam.
Wow, he was so well positioned there. Credit his anticipation. Pass to Ellis. First quarter of play, a minute in. DeRozan. Avdia pulls it in. Now Portland with it, and they are the winners of 24 consecutive games, which ties a record set by those dominant Warriors teams back in 2016.
Well, it's really unbelievable. I had a 10-game win streak with the Magic as a head coach, and I'm trying to imagine more than doubling that kind of a run. It's really unthinkable, the amount of consistent good fortune and effort that it takes to do something like this.
Henderson, the pass to Jay. And again, it's Portland with a 3.
You know, I like that decision from Henderson, giving up the rock.
For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's DeRozan. And he was fouled while in the... Active shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
With the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the
so
foul,
bad.
and he's still peeved.
Well, cheat count is at 3 now. Been cheated 3 times so far.
That's good from DeRozan. And stand over his long NBA career. DeMar DeRozan honing in his game.
Yeah, Brian, and he's patterned it after his idol, Kobe Bryant. He's also an excellent shot creator. His development as a passer has helped make him a very productive offensive focal point.
And that one's good. Jay.
And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Jay's got 3 threes to go so far. Ellis passes to DeRozan. Going inside. Portland with a rebound. It's Sharp on the wing. Monk covers. Pass to Jay. It's Avdia on the wing. Here's Jay. Another 3 for Portland.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Here's Ellis. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Back to DeRozan. Outside Murray. Here's Ellis. Valanciunas with a screen on Henderson. Late clock here. The Kings need to get one up. And another miss by Sacramento. Now Portland with it. They're on a 14-5 run. Pass to Sharp. Here's Jay. Another 3 for Portland.
I just love the ball movement.
And so here's Sacramento. It's a 10-point game. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
They failed to create enough good looks. The ball movement just wasn't quite where it needed to be.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the looks they wanted on offense, and it's hard to get a win when that's the case.
Just 5 on the clock. DeRozan with the bucket.
Yeah, the patience that DeRozan can show in the pick and roll is what makes him so dangerous.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, Jay in the last matchup against the Bulls was a man on a mission. He had 63 points, and as we've come to expect, he contributed from the three-point line as well. Really just a phenomenal performance from him. Here's hoping we see more of the same from him in this one, guys.
Great report there, Allie. It was obvious he could do anything he wanted. A fantastic win.
Well, I'll tell you, he was enjoying himself out there, kind of like us here in the broadcast booth. And whoever was matched up against him wasn't enjoying themselves.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
You can't help but look toward their defense. And they're totally lost.
Kings trail by 12. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter here. Pass to Monk. This one for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Yeah, they had a good game plan, executed it well. And they didn't let the crowd affect them.
Sacramento has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Outside Murray. On the wing, DeRozan. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Three-pointer Sharp. And again, it's Portland with a 3.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Valanciunas with a screen on Sharp. Can they get it? No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's Portland feeling confident. 18-point lead to end that quarter. Their community. So the Kings making a change here. Larabia's checked in. Pass to Bay. That one no good. Great D that time from Simons. Coach, you talk about guys who are always upping their game. How about Anthony Simons?
Well, Brian, I feel like he's one of the truly under-the-radar scorers in this league. He's put in a lot of time and work, never satisfied with himself or his game, and he just keeps getting better.
We've got Murray. He's out there with George. Sadiq Bey out there with Williams. And it's LaRavia in at the point guard position. So that's the 5. In the game for Sacramento.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah. That's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Here's Jay. And it's Portland scoring again.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
And so George will bring it up for Sacramento. And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Randall, he's checked in for Murray. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Sharp's checked in. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Jay's got 30 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Now here's Randall. Pass to LaRavia. The 3-ball. It's hauled in by Henderson.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
And it's Jay missing. Sacramento has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Walker with a steal. In transition, here they come.
Yeah, you see the vision from Henderson. Just a terrific facilitator.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
Yo, watch him.
Pass to Laravia. Back to George. It's stolen by Henderson. Down low. Here's Jay. Outside for Henderson. Walker with it. Now Williams. George defending. Here's Jay. Drops in the 3. Jay's got 13 points now in the quarter.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. Bay outside. There's a screen. 6 on the shot clock. They can't stop the run with that one. For Portland, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go in the second quarter.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
It sure is. They've certainly accepted the challenge. The trick now is to sustain this effort.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Williams with the screen, and they call an illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
Victor Wembanyama's checked in for Portland. Anthony Simons comes in for Henderson. He buries it from 3.
They've settled into this game. You can see the offense is on fire.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead.
The Kings have gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Here's Ellis. No made baskets yet. Now Valanciunas. Here's George. DeRozan right side. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And a chance to look at the block shot numbers over the last few seasons for Victor Wembanyama.
And his shot blocking hasn't been nearly as potent as it was a few years ago. It's a shame, really, because his ability to intimidate the other team and be a big presence on the defensive end really gave his team an edge.
And Sacramento making a change here. Murray's checked in. Sacramento has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Monk for 3. Deflected. And he recovers it. George passes to Murray. The three-pointer off the mark. Portland has gone 4 of 6 from outside. Looking sharp here in the second. Again! What an avalanche!
Not too many players have punished NBA defenses like he has.
And he continues to do it on a regular basis. He now stands at 4th in career 40-point games. Monkey's open. Drops one in from the wing.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers holding a massive 34-point lead to end the quarter. Great team defense on Paul George. They're limiting what PG is doing out there. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Portland Trailblazers.
They're taking the traditional approach of working it inside and then going outside. that stretched out that defense.
As we move on, let's get a look at some of the injuries. And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. The Kings shooting a low 26% from the field. Checking out the group for Chauncey Billups to start the second half. Scoot and Sharp for the backcourt set. Denny Avdia out there with Wembanyama. And it's Jay in at the 3, the small forward. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Oh, amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
Sharp against Monk. Murray passes to Ellis. Valanciunas with a screen on Henderson. 5 on the clock. On the wing, DeRozan. Blocked again!
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
And that one's good. Jay.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Outside Murray. Pass to Monk. Outside Murray. Outside Monk. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got a rebound number 5 here tonight.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And here's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Kings. With the floater. Shot's blocked. And it's out of bounds to Sacramento. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Murray for 3, nails it from 3. Murray's got 6.
Yeah, and they're able to get their first bucket of the second half after 4 straight misses.
And that one's good. Jay.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Outside Murray. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. And it's Monk missing. For Portland, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The NBA is focused on the next generation. Commissioner Adam Silver said a lot of top draft picks are incredibly skilled, but that doesn't necessarily translate to being team basketball players. There's an opportunity for us to be more active participants in developing younger players and getting kids active. BA?
One step ahead, Allie. Thanks.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Well, Stan, in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick, bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
Here's Jay. Valanciunas with a rebound.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Jonas!
DeRozan looks it over. 6 to shoot. Ellis passes to Monk. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. The Trailblazers have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Henderson, the pass to Jay from the arc. And again! And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy. Bombs away in the first half. He's followed up the effort with 3 more triples since.
Stolen by Wembanyama. It's 2-on-1. Here's Jay. And got it! Another basket! Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Pass to Ellis. Back to DeRozan. Out of bounds. It'll be Portland's ball. JAZZY-J, he's checked in for the Kings. Paul. The Kings shooting just 33% so far in this game. Paul George out there with JAZZY-J. Then it's Williams, and it's Phillips in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Walker pulls down the board. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting 71%. Their offense has looked unstoppable all game long.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
Hey, who got him?
Here's Phillips. He's covered by Simons. Up top, George. And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch off. Offensively, they could really use a basket.
Here's Phillips. And another miss by Sacramento. Portland has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth. And again, it's Portland with a 3.
The defense is nowhere to be found. Guarding the three-point shot.
And so here's Sacramento. About a minute and a half into the fourth now. Pass to George. On the take to halt the run. Rebound by the Trailblazers. When this game is done, they'll be off to New Orleans as they take on the Pelicans. That'll put the finishing touches on a 5-game road trip.
Relentless in his approach. He has one thing on his mind: close this game out.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
Portland making a switch here. Williams is checked in. George. He can't get that one to fall.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. One of the biggest challenges for coaches these days, Stan, is roster turnover. How do you deal with the player movement?
Well, look, Brian, it's to be expected, first of all. And second of all, you just, every year starts new. You start from square one every year, and you build it. And if you make an in-season deal, you start over again from square one and build it up.
Pass to Phillips. They still need this. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento. The Trailblazers have gotten all 6 shots to fall in the fourth quarter. Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Now here's George. Unloads from 13. Walker pulls down the board.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Trailblazers.
They ran the fast break beautifully all night long. It was a huge part of their success.
It's so true. They clearly ran the floor well, constantly putting pressure on the defense. Just a tremendous effort.
And this will go down as win number 25 for them this year.
And that'll put a little extra meaning on their next game. No team wants to go 0 for 4 against an opponent, no matter who it is.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Jay.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
Out to the wing. Here's Phillips. No good on the shot. Walker with some nice D. Here's Jay. The layup off target. And it's a completely new group for the Kings. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Portland. "34 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. And it's Monk missing.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
To the middle. Here's Jay. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Well, he's getting all he can offensively and making the most of it.
So no problem for Portland as they get the win. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe if you haven't. And I'll be back on in a little bit.